Oh, yes. Just wondering about these constitutional amendments supporting the right to privacy. Yeah. How can court commissioners decide to reissue a protection order while a judge has the authority of law? And then how can you issue protection orders where the petitioner doesn't acknowledge it? Oh, how can you use forgeries? Now, it seems that the judiciary doesn't believe these constitutional protections. Yes, federal constitution specifically references a right to bear arms in the Second Amendment. You said I received actual notice of court hearings when I didn't. Now, somebody's going to fuck up today? Oh, the Second Amendment right. It seems that it's important to a lot of individuals, and I mentioned it numerous times, but when the petitioner doesn't acknowledge the protection order and you give her a chance and you say the union's incompetent for representing her, you say she's incompetent. I would say that I have the right to sue you for refusing to acknowledge the protections of the Constitution. Now, when we really think about it, the court struck portion. In McDonald versus Chicago, the U.S. Supreme Court revised. Oh, look it excludes restrictions on felons or the mentally ill. Now, you arrested me for a crime I didn't commit in Sequim, Washington. Then you obligated a mental health evaluation in Jefferson County. I'm mentally ill for not realizing that you can't use forgeries. You cannot not enforce the equal protections of the Constitution. So, it seems that nobody really wants to enforce the actual laws because they don't want to get sued. I'm mentally ill for not realizing that you did not give me any due process. Is that what I am? Well, I was sitting here on June 16th of 2017. Now, what prosecuting attorney made up some bullshit criminal complaint? Maybe the Port Angeles Police Department would like to look at the videos that they received. Firearms possession here. You want me to get it? Oh, look at here. Sign right here. The right to possess and usable handguns in home for self-defense. Exceptions are convicted felons. Yes, the mentally ill. Commercial sale of firearms and possessions of a firearm near schools and government buildings. Now, I don't actually own any firearms, but I think it is protected in every mental health evaluation without any witnesses on my behalf. Well, I'm going to sue you for this, okay? Folks, now it's a cruel punishment. Look at initial right here. In general, the government must refrain from inflicting cruel or barbaric punishments on criminal defendants. It seems cruel and barbaric to obligate me to go to cell hearings, yes, because of a fraudulent mental health evaluation for crimes I didn't commit, so that you can keep yourselves out of prison. Cruel and barbaric to obligate the involuntary admittance into a mental facility where you're going to administer psychotropic medication against my will when you have the evidence I wasn't in Brennan, Washington. Yes. And I wasn't attempting to contact the petitioner. Now, what corrupt sheriff? You're going to prison. Terrorism. I think I have the best documented court case of terrorism on the part of law enforcement that's ever been documented in the history of this nation. Now, I know asserting that a criminal punishment inhumane, often focused capital punishment, which is the death penalty. Now, some of these laws, it's only inhumane capital punishment. You're going to take my brains because of the use of psychotropic medication without admitting any evidence in my defense, without allowing me to call any witnesses in my favor. Well, it's inhumane, isn't it? At the time, the federal decision stricken the method available. Lethal injection. Oh, we need some new methods. See, these state laws, yes, example, capital punishment that is disproportionate to the crime. You say that you can obligate psychotropic medication, right, for the violating of a protection order where there's forgeries, yes, fraudulent statements, where I received no due process, right, where you violated my constitutional rights approximately 50 times, and then you don't require any witnesses or any evidence on, well, what would you say? Psychotropic medication. All disproportionate to the crime. Now I'm going to a cell hearing. Kennedy versus Louisiana extended disproportionately principle to invalidate the death penalty for child rape. Now, I think they should have kept that. The only crime against the innocent that currently merits the death penalty is criminal homicide, which is unlawful killing of one human being by another. You would think it's criminal homicide to admit me to a mental facility where you could. Well, you're planning on killing my brain, are you? You're going to use lithium products, some sort of psycho. What are you doing?